readers, it's Sierra from Sierra Reads and Writes. If you're not familiar with my channel, I like to talk about reading and writing. And for those that are familiar, welcome back. Now this Monday is going to be a little bit different because I don't have like a singular book I want to talk about. I've been in a little bit of a reading slump because I've been writing my story more. But I do want to do like a monthly recap type of thing. So we're going to do a January recap of the books I read, books I didn't read, those TV shows, just like a general idea of what's been going on this month. For the books that I did read, I am going to put the playlist up at the top somewhere or in the description box below of the books that I actually read and my review of those because I've done videos on them separately. So I'm just gonna give you just like a brief overview of what I've read, what I've rated it, and everything else in between. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so first book that I completed this month was The Yellow Wallpaper, which is pretty much a short story of a woman pretty much spiraling mentally. She is been isolated into this room by her husband due to obviously having her baby, and they really diagnosed her as like, what was it? I forgot exactly like what they diagnosed her with, but pretty much they were just like, yeah, this woman is like, it was like in the, I think it was like in the like 1940s. So, you know, obviously they literally love to diagnose women with everything under the sun and just claim women were crazy at the time. So he isolated her in the room with yellow wallpaper, and she actually does slowly lose her mind. That's pretty much the story. And I rated that 4 stars. I feel like this month my rating was higher than it was last year at this time. Because last year at this time, God, it was awful. This month was just a lot better, especially with the books that I picked, because I actually was like, I'm gonna read the books that I have. I wanted to read more of like my thriller and horror books that I got for my birthday. So that was kind of like my mindset at the time. The next one I read was Little Rot. I had started it in December, then slacked off because, you know, holidays, moving into the new year. I was like, I'm just not feeling it. I don't feel like reading anything. I didn't even feel like playing Sims, which was kind of wild because I love to play Sims. But I ended up rating this book 4 stars. I did a separate video on this one as well for Fiction Friday. So I really just talked about the book in wholeness, but also in sections based on like religion, sexuality, and all of those different concepts that came to mind as I was reading the book. But it was a really good read. It was very emotional. I cried, especially in the video. So I feel like that was like my heaviest book this month. And I do want to read more of Koike Emezi's work. I just need to I can't read like several books of theirs in a short span of time. Like it has to be like maybe like one every other month or something like that because the content was heavy. Next up was Petrified Women. And this one I rated it 4 stars as well. It was a quick horror story pretty much of our main character who is in this very interesting relationship with a guy. Where he loves to prank his girlfriend. Like his love language is pranks, but his pranks go too far. And so our main character, she's like, this is gonna be the best prank ever. I'm gonna scare him real good. It's gonna be better than his other pranks on me. And she sneaks into his house and she sees a side of him that she's never seen before. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, so if you want to check it out, because it was something, but I would say it was pretty damn good. I love me a horror movie, and the story was very interesting, especially with the woodwork that he has, that the boyfriend has in his apartment, what he's working on. It was very creepy, and I could literally visually see like how everything was going down. It was a very interesting story. I will say that. Next up, if I look over, that's because I have my iPad over here. I have my list of everything. Next up was The Murders of Molly Southbourne. Now this one was interesting. I also rated this one 4 stars because the concept was completely different from any book I've ever read. Molly Southbourne can't bleed. If she bleeds, there's another version of her that is created and is set out to kill her, essentially. So literally every time she bleeds, there's another version of her ready to strike, pretty much. And it's very weird because obviously, you know, it's a female main character. She has to have her cycle. So even during her cycle, these things multiply and they'll show up like in her room. They'll come out of the walls sometimes in her family, her parents. Yeah, they know how to kill them. Like, they know how to kill the other Mollys. And so they raise her to learn how to defend herself and, you know, kill the other Mollys as she gets older, because there's going to get to a point of time where if they aren't there to protect her, she has to be able to defend herself. Apparently it's a trilogy. I just read the first book, but the other ones, I might read them because I'm curious to see like what is the whole purpose of her being able to create multiple versions of herself. Like, it's wild. And the ending, I did not expect that. I don't want to spoil it, but I did not expect that ending at all. So it's very interesting. And I didn't know this, but the author of the book is a Black author. So he counts in my my African alphabet. That's what I'm gonna call it, my African alphabet. African American alphabet. AA, AAA. Either one. AA/AAA, because that's like the challenge that I'm creating for myself, to read more Black authors and do it in the alphabet sense, because that's like the standard reading challenge, but just like tweaking it for myself. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Next up was This Could Be Us, which is technically, I'm claiming it as my first Kennedy Ryan book, even though it's technically my second one. But I feel like the first book I read by her, it could have been like earlier work. I think it was one of her earlier works. It was Flow. And I didn't care for it all that much, to be honest. But I feel like everyone starts somewhere. So I can't say like, oh my God, it was like, you know, this is an author I will never read again, because everyone grows into their writing skills. I feel like this is a better first impression for me for her versus Flow. I feel like that was just the story that I read on my Kindle. I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting, I guess. But this one was extremely good. I absolutely loved it. I just did my Fiction Friday video on it, so I'll link that also in the description box somewhere below. And you can also check it out in my playlist, because I actually finished my playlists. I'm so proud of myself. That one I rated 4.5 stars, actually. I rated it 4.5 stars. The only thing I would say I knocked off was because David, we already discussed this. If you haven't watched my Fiction Friday video, I know Soledad's husband's name is not David, but I'm calling him David because I don't feel like looking up his name. I feel like he's that pointless to me. But David got on my nerves, so that 0.5 really took away from it. Like, he got on my nerves that much when it comes to the story. But everything else was truly amazing. The last one I read was Magic in the Melanin, and this one was an ARC, so Advanced Reader's Copy. And it's an anthology of different stories, different sci-fi and fantasy stories by Black authors. Also some amazing art by Black artists, and they were so good. All the stories were so good. I have like a few that are like my absolute favorites, but it was just really, really good anthology. I loved all the stories. I actually follow the founder on Instagram, Chelsea Lockhart. I follow Magic in the Melanin, and I was just like, ooh, they have Advanced Reader's Copy, so I was like so excited to sign up for it. I was like, I might not get it, but I did end up getting it, and I read it, and it's so good. And that book comes out February 18th, so keep an eye out for that. Pre-order it, check out the website. I'll put that also in the description box. Just check out the description box. There's gonna be a lot of material in there. All right, so books that I DNF'd. I did DNF one book, and that was Saturday Night Ghost Club. Why, you may ask? It was a slow start for me. It was a lot of build-up and backstory. I thought it was just gonna jump right into, I thought it was like more of like a middle grade book type of thing. I thought we were gonna just jump right to like this 12-year-old kid, maybe get like an epilogue with his future self, but it was mainly him at an older age at the beginning, and then like reflecting on the time. So it was a lot of information beforehand of just like, oh man, this is the room that I used to be in, or like, this is what my parents and I used to do. And I was like, this is not what I came for. I came here for the mess at the very beginning. I expected like it to be the 12-year-old immediately like hanging out with his uncle who was very much into the occult and weird stuff, and just going from there. Like, I didn't expect so much backstory, and it was like 30 pages, and I just couldn't get through it. I will read it some other time, but right now I need something that's quick. I need something that jumps right into the mess. Like, I don't do a whole lot of build up. Like, I should literally open the page and immediately someone's getting slapped. Like, that's the kind of thing I'm expecting from a book. That's what I really like. I have to say it was bad. Just wasn't what I was expecting. I didn't get to Vicious Circle. I didn't get to The Mysteries of Udolpho. I didn't get to The Silent Patient, and I didn't get to The Haunting of Hill House. I am currently reading Rotten Tommy, and I should be done with it by the end of this month. I might not. This might just be a rollover, or it might be a soft DNF. And I just didn't get to these books because I just didn't get to them. Like, at the beginning of the month, I was like really like amping up and getting through all because they were all short stories. So I was like, yeah, I'm on a roll, this is great. And then I hit a slump. That's when I started writing my book more, and then just really trying to figure out what I want to do on my own when it comes to this space, but also trying to figure out if I want to do like blogging and trying to figure out that type of thing. Also, life changes, mental health. It was a lot at the beginning. It's a lot, and it's still the beginning of the year. It's just a lot mentally. I would say mentally draining, to be quite honest. So I just didn't get to them. But I was also watching shows and trying to re-download my Sims and trying to update it, because I'll have to talk about that after I finish all these sections, because EA Games is getting on my nerves half the damn time, and it's so frustrating, but we'll save that for another conversation. Moving on. On to my TV shows. So, I watched quite a bit of TV, but not okay, I admit, quite a bit / a lot of TV. Like, in between reading my books and writing my stories. But I watch Married at First Sight. For those who haven't heard of the show, which I'll be very shocked if you've never heard of Married at First Sight. Pretty much is an experiment. It's on Lifetime, where these experts, I say that word very loosely, these experts match up couples, and they get married at first sight. They decide like, okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and get married to this person, and then they do the experiment of building a relationship and connection and getting to know each other after getting married. So it's like arranged marriage, essentially. That's pretty much what it is. And we're 18 seasons in. And y'all, this season is a mess. I mean, every season has some type of mess. The last season was a complete and utter disaster. Everybody was worried about the optics. Oh my God, it was so annoying. But this season is just absolute pure horse shit. Like, there's only one couple that I think is gonna make it. The other ones, I don't see them making it at all. Absolutely not. And one of the men is extremely disrespectful. Akechi, oh my God. Oh God, I can't with the show half the time. But it's so good because the drama is just... This season, I'm not expecting this kind of drama. So, I have theories. This is a quick detour. I have a theory. And a lot of people from the YouTube space, because I watch a lot of Married at First Sight, people that talk about the show, I think David was texting Madison. Yeah. I think there's like an inter-couple hooking up affair thing going on. That's what I think is happening. I've seen people say the same thing, and I truly believe it. I really do think that David was texting Madison. Because how you gonna literally text the wrong person and be like, oh, I was texting my cousin. Also, wasn't it Sweet Home Alabama? Absolutely not. Why are you involving your cousin in this mess? A cousin that Michelle can talk to. Make it make sense. Next up, I love watching Help, I'm in a Secret help, I'm in a secret relationship, because every time I say it on the Xfinity remote, it gets it wrong so many times. But our hosts, Travis and Ronnie, they help people who feel hidden in relationships try to figure out why they're being hidden. And then at the very end of the episode, they sit down with the partner to try to figure out why they're being hidden so they can actually, you know, confess and all that stuff. It's so good. I absolutely love it. It's so messy. It's highly entertaining. And some of these stories, whether it's fake or real or not, I don't care. It's so good. Neon Jesus, that is literally hands down my favorite, messiest episode. But this season, it just started because I've been looking for new episodes for such a long time, and I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and I was like, where the hell are the new episodes? So now that they're back, I'm so excited. The first episode back was, it was sad why she was hiding her partner. Yeah. But if you just love absolute messiness, you should check that one out too as well. I also watched Caught in the Act Unfaithful, which is hosted by Tammy Roman, who helps people find out if why their partner is being shady as fuck. So another like relationship show. And it really tries to hone in on if they're being unfaithful type of thing. And, you know, if they do find out they're unfaithful, do you want to team up with the person or do you want to take them both down? And when I tell you, baby, this show is messy. It is so messy. It's so good though. I absolutely love it. I love me a messy show. I just do, because some people, when they get caught cheating, or even the people who signed up for this show to find out if their partner is cheating, they go off when they're at Tammy Roman's office. Like, I don't know what it is. There was one episode, a lady was like screaming, like she was like shrieking, really. Like it was like a blood curdling scream. I was highly convinced that she was gonna kill him. Because that lady, she was out of her mind. I was like, someone's gonna need to get the police involved, because I don't feel comfortable with her going to confront him. I feel like she's gonna kill him. I think this is like last season though, but it's a really good show. I highly recommend it. Another one I watched was Extraordinary Attorney Woo. I am a K-drama fan. I absolutely love them. I'm more of a slice of life, coming of age, drama kind of person. I don't really watch the fantasy kind of K-drama shows. I'll watch like the mystery and thriller ones too. Like if it's just like, ooh, you know, murder mystery type of thing, I'll watch a few of those too. But I mostly just love like slice of life type of ones. Like this one follows our main character, Woo Young Woo, who is a lawyer and on the spectrum, and just adjusting to life as a professional who is also extremely smart. She graduated with like the top score essentially, and she's obsessed with whales. I found it so cute. It is like a romance drama too, so she does have a love interest, and oh my god. It's so good. They're so cute. The court cases, because each episode is a different court case. The episodes were interesting. A few of them were kind of like, I didn't really care for this one. But the lottery ticket one, now that one, it was that one and the wedding dress one, which was episode 2. Those two I would say are my top favorite ones, because at first I thought they were gonna start off like so boring, like a ruined wedding dress and guys winning a lottery ticket and saying that they're gonna split it. I thought it was just gonna be like very simple. Nah, those episodes took a turn. I was just like, those were wild. Those were wild episodes. But I highly recommend that show too. It's really good. It's really cute. If you don't like reading subtitles, then don't watch K-dramas, because if you don't speak Korean, you're gonna need the subtitles. Me, I love subtitles. I love reading, and I just love hearing them speak Korean. I just like hearing the dialect, hearing it in their throat. I love the culture. I just love the shows. So yeah, if you like K-dramas, then we should be best friends, because I need some friends who watch K-dramas with me. 2 are Degrassi and Severance. So I am a Degrassi fan. I've watched every single episode of Degrassi from Kids on the Block, all the way up to Next Class, which is on Netflix. So I've pretty much watched like 30 plus years of Degrassi. I've pretty much watched all of it. and I just love rewatching it because I just love the storylines. I love the characters. I've been watching a lot of Breezy. I think that's her, Breezy. Her videos on YouTube because she talks about like different Degrassi characters, different like those with terrible redemption arcs, the best couples, worst couples, just like her different insights on Degrassi and her input. And I absolutely love her videos because I'm just like, yeah, that makes a really good point. It's like, yeah, I know, I love that character. Okay, now I can see why they're extremely messy, because there are certain characters, if you've ever watched Degrassi, you know exactly what I'm talking about, especially if you watched after Drake's season. Yes, Drake is in there, so for those that don't know, yes, Drake is in Degrassi in The Next Generation. But after his class graduates, it gets even messier. Like, that class was messy, but it gets even messier. Yeah, so if you would love to talk about Degrassi, please let me know. I will probably do a video on it. I would love to do a video on Degrassi. I do plan on doing a fan fiction, so keep an eye out for that one too. I'll let you know where it'll be posted. Last one is Severance. I started watching this with my boyfriend. This one is on Apple TV, and it's actually executively produced. That's his executive producer. I think that's his official title. Yeah, by Ben Stiller. I was like, okay, we'll see how this goes, because my boyfriend is absolutely obsessed with The Life of Walter Mitty. He loves that movie. It's a really good movie. I really like it. But I didn't know what to expect with this one. He told me the concept of it. I was like, okay, that might be a little bit interesting to watch. And then watching it, I'm like, this is twisted. Like, what is happening? What is happening? So for those that don't know, essentially, the company that the main character, played by Adam Scott, works for a company called Lumen, which is like a medical company, supposedly. And they have some employees who gave permission to be severed. So that means they have split personalities, essentially. As my boyfriend liked to call it, it's like manufactured DID. So they have a inward personality, which is the one in work, so they call it their innie, and then their outie is their outside person, their outside persona. But when you go out to the outside world, you have no memories of your work. You don't know what you do. You don't know how the day went. You don't know how you got injured. You have no idea of anything. And your innie doesn't know anything about your outside life either. Like literally, like if you went to work and then you left, you would have no idea what just happened. And your inside self would not even know what kind of life that you have. So like, literally, I'm not gonna spoil it, but certain characters could be married in one space and then not married in another. Like that type of thing. Like completely different lives. And like, yeah, completely different lives, completely different lifestyles, but they all have different things that they're struggling with, especially for our main character, Adam Scott. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, because I feel like as you watch it more and more, you piece together like what's going on with each character. But it's really good. But then they get a new employee who is very determined not to work there, which is completely opposite of the whole purpose of being severed, is that you gave permission to do this, like you signed up for this, you are a willing participant, but the innie doesn't want to be there. So it's very confusing. It's very jarring, especially for everybody who works at Lumen, and no one knows what Lumen does. They don't really know what they're doing. Technically, they have like they're told like what they're supposed to do, and over time they become a little bit more familiar with it. But no one knows what they actually do. Like, what's the actual purpose of it? It's very weird, and it's really good. The second season, I think there's only 2 episodes of the second season up, but it's very good. It's really good. I highly recommend it. Like, it's very interesting. It really is. Oh, I also watched Exo Kitty. So I watched Exo Kitty season 2. It was a lot better than season 1, I will say. I feel like there was some comments, complaints, some criticism for some critique for the first season, and the second season I can tell that they really listen. Like, the characters are actually speaking Korean. You know, it's not solely focused on relationships. Like, it still has, you know, the relationship aspect of it, but it's more focused on Kitty figuring out who her mom is, and that, you know, is more of a family-based type of thing. Like, there's a lot more family elements in it. Also, there's a surprising guest in the last like 3 episodes. Pino from BTOB is in it. I was shocked because literally, I swear, I kid you not, I listened to the voice and I was like, I know that voice. I know that voice extremely well. And then when the character took off his glasses, I was like, I know that face. I listened to BTOB. Like, I am a K-pop fan. What are you doing in here? Like, it was so shocking to see him in there. I was just like, did anyone else know this? Like, I feel like if this was like completely glossed over, like, I have no idea. Like, maybe people knew and I'm just late to the party. But I was shocked. But it was really good. I will say that. Last section, movies. So I watched Subservient. Jesus Christ, I'm saying it correctly. Why am I just blubbering on? With Megan Fox. That one was interesting. I mean, I love Megan Fox. I feel like now, after the whole, you know, marriage, engagement, did they officially get married? I don't think they did. But after that whole relationship and the mess of it all, I'm happy to see her back to doing what she loves to do, what she's known to do, which is just being a really hot actress. And she's good in it. I like her in it. It's really good. It's also very like, okay, it's kind of awkward, but I don't know what you expect when it comes to like AI robots taking over and becoming nannies and all that kind of stuff. So it's the way with the future, I guess. Oh, God. Just recently, I went to go see Nosferatu with my boyfriend. He wanted to go see it. I didn't really care to see it. It wasn't something I had in mind. I want to see it one of them days, to be quite honest. That's like the movie I really want to see. But I was like, okay, I'll go see it. And then realized it was Nicholas Hoult in it. And he's hilarious. If you guys have ever watched The Great on Hulu, absolutely loved it, hands down. He's absolutely amazing in it. So realizing he was in it, and this is his second vampire movie because he was in another one with Nicolas Cage. So yeah, double the Nicks in that one, and then he's in this one in Nosferatu, and it was really good. I didn't know what to expect because I didn't really know the story of Nosferatu, but I would say it was really good. It was really good. Like, I would say, like, out of 5 stars, I'll give it like a 4.5 maybe. Yeah, that's probably my rating for that one. Oh yeah, Sims, right. So, I swear, every single time Sims always needs a fucking update. It's so annoying. And as I updated, a lot of my mods stopped working. So I had to do a little bit of like, you know, going through all of them because my mods are not in separate folders. Like, once you open up my mods folder, it's just a chaotic list. And I know it should be a lot neater, and I've tried to be a lot neater, but it doesn't work out that way. So that's my problem. But yeah, I had to go through and delete quite a bit. And then as I was re-downloading some of them and putting them in, they weren't working. Like, I know a lot of them had been updated. There were some mod creators that haven't updated in a minute, so I skipped those. But the ones that do update, I don't know why, it just wasn't working. So I had to delete them again. And I re-downloaded like just 2 at a time. I just downloaded 2 of them and they popped up and they work fine. Now I'm scared to get the other ones because I don't know, maybe I just don't have enough space. I just need a better setup. Like I need like the true gaming setup, which is pretty much that running joke of like a guy would help out his girlfriend to create like this big gaming setup just to play Sims. Cause that's me. I need all my mods, I need all my custom content. Like the amount of detail that these Sims look like when it comes to the YouTubers I watch that make Sims content, I want my stuff to look like that, like so damn bad, and I don't have the graphics of it on my HP. So if you are a Sims gamer or just a gamer in general, please let me know what is like the best desktop setup to have, and maybe one day when I'm rich I will have the money to buy it, but I need help in knowing which one is like the best ones for like to have that really crisp detailed design in the game that could also hold a shit ton of storage. Like I just need help with that, so if you can, that'll be great. Thanks. But yeah, until next time, stay magical. Bye.